How much are co-op seller closing costs in New York City? Seller closing costs for co-op apartments in New York City are between 9% to 10% of the sale price. Co-op seller closing costs are slightly higher than for condos because most co-op buildings charge sellers an additional closing cost called a flip tax. If your co-op does not have a flip tax, your seller closing cost will be between 8% and 9%. To estimate your co-op seller closing cost in New York City, visit Houseit's free closing cost calculator at www.houseit.com. So, what are the largest co-op seller closing costs in New York City? The largest closing cost you'll pay as a co-op seller in New York City is the typical broker commission of 6%. Fortunately, there are less expensive and equally effective alternatives to paying 6% in commission. You can save up to 6% in commission through Houseit's agent-assisted for-sale by owner listing service. Here's how it works. Your home is advertised on dozens of sites like StreetEasy, Realtor.com, Zillow, the New York Times, and the RLS broker database using the same listing syndication technology as traditional full-service agents. Once your listing is live, you manage the sale process by answering questions, handling showings, and negotiating. If your buyer has an outside buyer agent, all you would pay would be a buyer agent commission, which is usually less than half of the typical 6% real estate commission in New York City. If you don't have time to manage the sale process on your own, you may wish to consider Houseit's 1% full-service listing option. To learn more about reduced commission options for sellers in New York City, visit www.houseit.com. New York City and New York State transfer taxes are the second largest closing costs for co-op sellers in New York City. The New York City real estate transfer tax is between 1% and 1.425%. And the New York State transfer tax is an additional 0.4% of the sale price. The total transfer tax bill is between 1.425% and 1.825%. The flip tax is another large co-op seller closing cost in New York City. A flip tax is a transfer fee payable to the co-op building upon the sale of a unit. The specific flip taxes varies by building, and flip taxes come in a number of formats including a flat fee, percentage of profits, percentage of sale price, and a per share amount, or some combination of these formats. Other co-op seller closing costs in New York City include real estate attorney and co-op building fees, as well as a handful of small miscellaneous fees. For a full breakdown of co-op seller closing costs in New York City, visit www.houseit.com.